One of the most common things I hear from people, especially in their 30s and 40s, is my metabolism is slowing down. I used to be able to lose weight easily, but now nothing works. I feel like I'm doing everything right, but not seeing results, things like that. So I want to clear something up right away. Your body doesn't just stop working when you turn 30, okay? You can absolutely get lean, lose fat, and build a physique you're proud of in your 30s, 40s, 50s, and beyond. But the approach that worked when you were 20 might not work anymore, okay? The reason is usually not that your metabolism was broken, it's that your lifestyle has changed. You have more responsibilities now, okay? Our schedules are busier. You may not be as active as you were when you were younger. Sleep might not be as consistent. Stress is probably higher. So instead of relying on motivation or trying another extreme diet, you need a simple strategy that you can actually maintain. So in this video, I'm going to give you the exact blueprint I would use with a client, and I do use with clients who want to lose 20, 30, or even 50 pounds and actually keep it off. So rule one is to create a sustainable calorie deficit. So the first thing you need to understand is that fat loss comes down to calories. No matter what diet someone follows, whether it's keto, low carb, intermittent fasting, whatever, the reason they lose weight is because they're creating a calorie deficit, whether they know it or not. Okay, your body has a certain amount of calories it burns every day. And when you consistently eat less than that amount, your body has to use stored energy, fat, and that's when fat loss happens. But here's where most people mess it up. They think that the faster they lose weight, the better. So they cut calories aggressively. They go from eating 2,500 or 3,000 calories a day down to 1,200, 1,500 calories. And maybe they lose weight quickly for a couple weeks, but then hunger goes through the roof. Your workouts suffer, energy crashes, you start having a bunch of cravings, you feel terrible, and eventually the body wins, okay? Eventually you binge and you gain the weight back. I have learned this through experience so many times. So the goal is not to lose weight as fast as possible. The goal is to lose fat at a rate where you can actually maintain your results. So for most people, a good target is around 0.5% to 1% of your body weight per week. So if you weigh 200 pounds, that's 1 to 2 pounds per week. If you weigh 150 pounds, it's 3/4 of a pound to 1.5 pounds per week. If you weigh 300 pounds, it's 1.5 pounds to 3 pounds per week. It might sound slower than you want, but remember, you're not just trying to lose weight, you're trying to lose fat while keeping muscle and create habits that last. And say you lose 1.5 pounds for, 4 weeks. That's 6 pounds of fat loss. That's not insignificant, and this adds up. Say you lose 2 pounds a week for 10 weeks. That's 20 pounds of fat loss. So it really does add up. Rule number 2 is prioritize protein, okay? So the second piece of the plan is protein. If you're trying to get lean, protein should be the foundation of your diet. A good general target is around 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per pound of your body weight, okay? You can go higher than that, certainly, and it does provide some satiety benefits sometimes if you go higher than that, but roughly around gram per pound of body weight is the gold standard. Just keep it simple. If you weigh 180 pounds, eat 180 grams of protein. Don't overthink it. Why is protein so important? Number one, it helps you maintain muscle while you're losing weight. So a lot of people lose weight but end up looking smaller and softer because they lose muscle along with the fat. We don't want that. Number two, protein keeps you full, okay? When you're dieting, hunger is usually one of the biggest challenges. So a meal with 40 to 50 grams of protein is going to keep you much more satisfied than a meal that's mostly carbs and fats. And number three, protein has a higher thermic effect of food. So your body burns more calories digesting protein compared to carbs and fats. So it's hard to get fat on protein for a number of reasons. So this doesn't mean you need to eat all boring meals. You can absolutely and should build your diet around foods you actually enjoy. This is the beauty of flexible dieting. Chicken, steak, fish, eggs, Greek yogurt, lean beef, protein shakes. There are tons of options. The easiest strategy is simple. Build every meal around a protein source first. Then add your fruits, vegetables, carbs, and fats around that. Okay, rule number 3, lift weights 3 to 5 times per week. Strength training. If your goal is getting lean, you need to lift weights, okay? Not because it's going to burn extra calories, but because, number of reasons, which I'll get into. A lot of people approach fat loss by only focus on burning calories. They do endless cardio, they spend hours on the treadmill, and don't get me wrong, cardio is great, but if you do this, you're not giving your body a reason to hold on to your muscle. When you're losing weight, your body doesn't know you want to look lean and athletic. It just knows you're consuming fewer calories. So, strength training sends the signal, we need to keep this muscle. We need this muscle. The goal is not just to become lighter, okay? The goal is to improve your body composition. You want less fat and more muscle. You don't need to spend 2 hours in the gym every day. Trust me, if that was worth it, I would do it. 3 to 5 quality workouts per week is enough. I'm currently doing 5, only 5 strength training workouts per week. A lot of clients, I start on 3 per week. Focus on getting stronger over time. Track your lifts with a free app, like Strong or Heavy. Push yourself. Keep your training consistent. Rule number 4, get 10 to 12,000 steps every day. So this 4th rule is something that most people underestimate: walking. Okay, I never would have thought, as a 15-year-old that I'd be going for walks to hit my fitness goals. But getting 10 to 12,000 steps per day is one of the simplest ways to improve fat loss. The reason I like steps so much is because they're sustainable. A lot of people try to compensate for a poor diet with extreme cardio. The old adage is true: you cannot outrun a bad diet, or it's very difficult to. So if these people go from nothing to running 5 days per week, their knees hurt, they're exhausted, they quit. Running is great. I love running. However, I run 2 to 3 times per week. Walking doesn't beat you up. I walk every day. Walking improves recovery. It helps burn additional calories. It keeps your activity level consistent. It's sustainable. It's easy to do. No recovery costs. In fact, it can actually aid in recovery. One thing I've noticed with people who stay lean year-round is they usually aren't relying on crazy cardio workouts. Again, I do like cardio, but don't go overboard. People that stay lean year-round just are naturally active. They walk more, they move throughout the day, they don't sit for 10 hours and expect one workout to fix everything. Rule 5, sleep 7 to 9 hours. Rule number 5 is recovery, and sleep is one of the most important parts of recovery. This is one that people ignore. Sleep matters. Sleep is easy, guys. You're not doing anything. You're just laying down. You're sleeping. When you don't sleep enough, you are more likely to be hungry, crave higher calorie foods, have less energy, and skip workouts. I find that one night of bad sleep, I crave more, high calorie foods that day. I don't want to work out as much. I still do, of course, but I just kind of want to lay around and do nothing. So you can have the perfect diet and training plan, but if your recovery is terrible, your results will suffer. So aim for 7 to 9 hours per night. I usually get around 8.5. Have a consistent bedtime. That's a big one. Limit distractions before bed. Limit stress before bed if you can. Really make sleep a priority, because getting lean isn't just about what you do in the gym. It's about what you do the other 23 hours of the day. Rule number 6, eat mostly whole foods, okay? Focus on mostly whole foods. That doesn't mean you have to eat perfectly. You don't have to eat 100% whole foods. You don't need to eliminate carbs, and you shouldn't. You don't need to cut out restaurants. You don't need to eat chicken and broccoli in every meal, although chicken and broccoli are great for staying full if you like them. But the majority of your diet should come from foods that help you reach your goals. Lean proteins, fruits, vegetables, quality carbs like potatoes and oats. Foods that keep you full and give you energy. So a good target is 80 to 90% of your diet coming from whole, nutritious, single ingredient, real foods, while the other 10 to 20% can be, more fun foods, snacks, stuff you enjoy. Because the best diet is not the one that's perfect, it is the one that you can stick with. Rule number 7, stop starting over. And this might be the most important rule, a mindset rule. Stop starting over. Most people know what they need to do, okay? You probably know in general what you need to do to get in shape. It's not rocket science. Sure, it can be difficult at times, but it is simple. You know you need to eat better. You know you need to exercise. You know you need to be more active. The problem isn't that you are not consistent. You have a great week, then one bad meal turns into a bad weekend, turns into a bad week, turns into a bad month. Okay? You keep starting over again. The people who get the best results aren't perfect, okay? We all make mistakes, guys. People who get best results just recover faster. They don't let one bad day become a bad month. Getting lean is not about being extreme. I wish I knew that when I was younger. Getting lean is not about being extreme. I'll say that one more time. Getting lean is not about being extreme. It's about doing the boring basics consistently for long enough. Especially in your 30s and 40s, this is not when you have to accept getting out of shape. This is when you need to accept that you need a better strategy, okay? Think about it from an intelligent point of view. You just need a better strategy. So, if you're someone who's been struggling to lose fat and you want a personalized plan with your nutrition, workouts, and accountability, that is exactly what I help clients with through my coaching program. If you're interested, you can find a link in my profile, and you can learn more. You can book a call. We can talk about a plan for you, how we can get you to your weight loss goals. But if you just want to, continue learning on YouTube, if you found this helpful, subscribe. I'm going to be posting more videos on how to lose fat, build better habits, and create a physique you can maintain for life.